what's going on, guys? Three trades today. We had a pre-market trade, we had a market open trade, and then we had a break even. So we had two wins and we had a break even. I'm going to run through them really quick. Obviously not something I ideally do, which is trading pre-market or trading pre or at the open. But I mean, I saw the opportunity and I saw the draws and liquidity, so I figured, why not just take it? Let me just make sure I'm in the camera. Okay, perfect. So basically, coming into the day, I saw on ES that ES had relative equal highs resting below a 4-hour bearish fair value gap, which were, I believe it was London and AM high were resting below a 4-hour bearish fair value gap, which was right here. We had 8:30 a.m. news, and I seen that trend was just going bullish, and I figured that news was just going to push price that draw on liquidity into that fair value gap. So I literally just entered like 2 minutes before news. I think it was on this candle right here at 8:28. Stops below, obviously a bit of a gamble, but I just went for it, took profit, closed out manually within the 4-hour gap, didn't catch the whole move, and ended up running up to the upper gap, but we ended up catching, a pretty solid trade. I think it pushed off our entry to where we closed, pretty good. So then from there, I seen at market open on NQ that we had the 8:30 lows as a clear draw on liquidity, and I feel like a lot of people got faked out here because I think that most people were trying to look long off this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here. So as you can see, NQ had formed this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here, and price was respecting it, but I seen that we had this 8:30 low right here. So basically went in and I seen that on the 3-minute, I believe it was, that we were respecting bearish order flow out of this 3-minute bearish fair value gap right here. And I knew that we were probably going to want to draw into that news low, and we also had true day open resting right down here. So I figured price was going to manipulate downwards at the open and we could be able to catch a quick short in and out. So I basically just took entry on I think it was this candle right here, 924. Stops above here, and I just basically closed it out manually. As soon as it took out the news low, I ended up getting out at about 628. So great in and out trade on that. Obviously having faith in the draw and liquidity helped, and yeah, super happy with that one. Again, very risky, but having a draw on liquidity at the news low made my decision for me and why I wanted to take this trade. Then final trade, which was break even, we obviously had that manipulation below the news low, and I figured that ES was going to lead the way and we could potentially see price push up, right? So on the 15, I believe it was, let me check. No, on the 5-minute, ES was respecting a 5-minute bullish fair value gap, and on the 4-minute, NQ was respecting a bullish fair value gap right within here. So for me, I wanted to just see an entry and see price continue to those buy side draws on liquidity. I had my stop rate about here, and my first entry was on this 1-minute inverse right here. I closed it out break even because I didn't like how ES was pushing. Then I ended up re-entering off of this 1-minute bullish fair value gap right here, got entry right here, and my idea was to see NQ kind of follow ES and see what ES wanted to do. So at this point, ES was continuing up, and ES was pushing up, and it took out Thursday's London high, and it was heading towards previous day high, but then it started to reject, and this is when I moved my stop loss to break even because we had an opposing SMT get put in. As you can see, NQ made a lower high, ES made a higher high. I moved my stops to break even just to be safe, and that one got taken out break even, luckily, because it would have ran right to stop loss. But the idea was to catch the move following ES, if that makes sense. So that was it for me. Again, we had that pre-market win on ES, targeting those resting highs right below that 4-hour gap. We figured news was going to push us into that. Again, not something I ideally do. Then same with this one. Again, market open, we had the clear draw on liquidity at the news low. We're reacting off that 3-minute bearish gap. We have a clear draw on liquidity. We have true day open down there, so I just ended up taking that one. This one, just a typical order flow shift. We had manipulation below the lows. We're respecting bullish order flow. We take the longs, but we move stop loss to break even as that opposing SMT gets put in, and as ES kind of starts to reject. That's pretty much it from you guys. Again, all the executions and everything are in the Discord. So ended up going short and then getting out break even. I'm going to go over that in the Discord as well. There is the long that I ended up moving my stop loss to break even. There's the short executions and the long executions, P&L, everything like that. So that's going to wrap it up from you guys. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in the description, and link for Alpha Futures, if you guys want a discount as well, is in the pinned comment, everything. So that's it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.